All right, so very cool, guys. Welcome to the Wednesday night call, 8:30. We are blessed and humbled to have an absolute charismatic, contagious rock star on this call. I swear to God, if you just heard him laugh once, you will probably have a good laugh for the rest of the week. This man he's a great father. You know, I can already tell he's one of the most personal development, people already now entering my circle here as of quarantine 2020. And this man is leading by example. He's doing some cool things as a dad that, it's just the stuff that I aspire that I want to be able to do. So this is who I want to be like when I grow up. So, without further ado, this guy is a marketing director out of the Kansas City, St. Joseph area. Is that about right, Dre?
Yeah, they're close, man. They're about an hour away from each other.
About an hour away from each other. But my brother from Missouri, Mr. Dre Roberson, Andre Roberson, if you could pop on here, brother, and pour into us, we would love to hear your story, bro. We're gonna do some Q&A, but we want to hear from you.
Dope. I am here, man. Can you hear me, Tyler?
We can hear you loud and clear, brother.
What's good, family, man? First of all, I am extremely humbled, honored to be able to be here, man. I remember first getting started in WV and just wondering where I would be able to take this, man. Now to be getting calls from people and people asking me to jump on and pour into their teams, it's an absolute blessing to be able to do that, man. So specifically you, Tyler, man, I've been watching you and seeing what you're doing, man, and your leadership that you've been showing, leading from the front, putting together calls like this and stuff like that for your team. It's just been an absolute joy to watch you from where you are, man. So to be able to jump on here and be able to impart any little bit of wisdom to your team is a blessing for me, man. So what's up, guys? My name is Andre Roberson. I am from Kansas City, Kansas. Actually, there's two different Kansas cities, and we fight about which side you're from, but it's all good. Y'all don't know that. But I'm from Kansas City, Kansas, man. Born and raised, 37 years young. I saw this concept about 5 years ago now, man, and literally had everything in my life flip upside down. At the time when I first saw this, I was working a full-time job. I was also running a full-time business. I was full-time busy. I got a wife and 2 kids who I love more than life itself. But at the time that I saw this, I was so busy with my job and my business because I was working about 85 hours a week, man. I was the person. You want to talk about somebody that you call and you show them the information and they don't have no time? I was that person, working a lot of hours. My schedule looked like and the crazy thing about my schedule was I was on the opposite schedule of my family. So while they was up, I was asleep, and the other way around. So at a place where me and my wife's marriage was not going the way we wanted to go. In fact, we weren't seeing eye to eye at all. Like, by God's grace, I promise you, World Ventures played a big part in keeping me and my wife together at this point. Just the culture, the personal development, the dream trips, stuff like that. It's stuff that God put in our life at the time that we needed it, man, just to be able to keep us together and keep going forward. And so I love our concept. This isn't just some side business I do. I love World Ventures. I love this company. And so I jumped in. When I saw it, I just wanted to do the travel side. I wasn't planning on doing the business. I did the business side only because it was only $100 at the time. And I was like, I had it on the back burner to be able to have if something else doesn't go the way I want it to go. So fast forward about 6 months, I didn't use my business side at all for about 6 months. I didn't even check into my back office. But I was using my membership side to do travel with my other business. So I was actually using the product community to work. And fast forward 6 months after that, stuff got even worse. Like I was at the darkest part of my life, period. And I remember getting a call from the guy who enrolled me. He's no longer with the company now, but I love him to death. Like I shout him out every chance I get because he changed my life. But I remember getting a call from him saying, "Yo, we got a big training event here in Kansas City with our WV thing." And the reason why that had struck a nerve is because I had used this to go to Oklahoma for a sneaker convention. So my business I had before, I was a sneaker customizer. I went and took the family to Oklahoma City for a sneaker convention, and we went to a Thunder game. And we were sitting at the Thunder game, and somebody came up on the screen. They had the "You Should Be Here" sign. And so I looked at my wife. I said, "Hey, that's the thing that we got, that Cardio put us up on." So I got back. I called Cardio and told him about what we had. He was like, "Yeah, we got a thing coming up, a big event here at the Sprint Center in Kansas City for a whole weekend." I was like, "Bet." He was like, "Y'all should come check it out, see what the company's about." I was like, "Bet. I'm down. How much is it?" He said, it's $200 a person. Now, mind you, at this point in my life, I'm $17,000 in credit card debt. I work 85 hours a week. I got more month left at the end of the money. So I'm stuck. So he called me talking about, hey, it's $200. I'm like, bet, because at the same time, I also spend recklessly on things that I want. I wasn't as personally developed as I am now, right? So a pair of shoes was $200 and I wanted it. I found a way to get it. Hence how I was in $17,000 with the credit card debt, right? So I'm like, bet. I called my wife and said, yo, you want to go to this thing Cardio just told me about? She said, cool. She said, how much is it? I said, $200. She said, not even a little bit. We're not going. So I said, cool, we're not going. I didn't even think about it again. But they came back from that event, and Cardio called me that Monday afterwards. He said, bro, you got to get on this call tonight. I was like, what you so excited about? He said, that thing that we had this weekend, you got to jump on the call and check out what it was about. I jumped on that call. There were about 5 people on that call. I knew all of them because we all went to church together. They were all on the team. And I heard passion from them that I hadn't heard before, right? And one of the people on there is my man, Andrew. Andrew got on there and he said, this company has changed my life in the past 2 years. He said, I've been on a bunch of trips. I just went to Greece. I spent less than I paid on a pair of Jordans to go to Greece with me and my wife for our honeymoon. He said, but the things I learned from this business caused me to triple my income in the past year. That was all I needed to hear. It wasn't the travel at this point that had my attention. It was him saying that he had more money than he was making. Mind you, I work a lot. I'm broke. My relationship is broken. I never see my kids. I'm a person that's privately praying for something different. So I got off that phone call with them. I called my wife and I said, yo, did you listen to that? She said, yeah, I heard it. I said, babe, this is the first time I felt hope in months. I said, I'm doing this. I don't even know what it is. I'm doing it. So I go call my man Cardio the next day. I'm like, yo, how I get involved with this? How I start doing this? He said, go to your back office. I said, what's a back office? I didn't even know I had a back office page. Right? So if you guys got somebody that's on your team that's just been there for 6 months, they signed up, but they ain't doing nothing, keep inviting them, right? You might have one of me on your team, right? So when I did see it, I went to the back office and I just got started. Now, back then, they used to have this little map. You go to different parts of the map and you click it, and they had different stories on there, different inviting techniques, all the techniques you needed to do to be able to build your business. I sat down on my laptop that whole night, and I just sat there and looked at all these things. I just started inviting people. I had no upline to teach me how to do this. By the time I got started, my upline person who knew what he was doing had moved out of our city and went to a whole completely different city. So we started off. I wasn't like most of y'all on here who's got somebody like Tyler who's putting this together and having you guys come and be a part of this. We were the ones who had to start doing that on our own, right? We started doing that off of pure passion and desire to go and build something big. And so I just started calling people I knew and setting up meetings and sharing the information. And I ran into a couple of dope people. Some of my brothers, they're both on here right now. My brother Anthony, who's about to be a senior rep any day now, he caught the vision immediately. My brother Andrew didn't get much of the same invite that most people do, right? Andrew got you talk to invite people, you call them, hey, clear the date, I'm coming through, whatever. I called Andrew at 2 o'clock in the morning and I said, bro, give me your credit card. I'm finna change your life. And he said, for what? I could hear his fiance at the time said, why are you on the phone at 2 in the morning? He was like, it's Andre. He was like, why do you need my credit card? I said, baby bro, have I ever done anything to hurt you? He said, no. I said, do you trust me? He said, yeah. I said, give me your credit card. I'll explain everything later. So my brother up 2 in the morning, his girl was like, why are you giving him your credit card information? And he said, I don't know. He had no idea what he was getting involved with. Fast forward now, here we are, 5 years later, all of my mom's kids, me and both my brothers, all of us are residual income earners. All because I saw a vision of something before, right? And so they've been on multiple trips. Andrew's been on more trips than I have, but it's just him and his wife. That's how they do. They just travel and have fun. So being able to change my brother's lives, man, and then running into people like my man Chaz and his wife Gina. Gina's on here right now. What's up, girl? But running into them, man, and they were the first ones who really caught the vision of where we were going, right? And we just got to work, man. All we did was we just worked off pure passion. We didn't know what we were doing. We were messing presentations up, but we just had energy. Guys, when we first started doing this, I kid you not, our presentations were 3 hours long. Our presentations were so long, we had a halftime in between the travel side and the business side. We did not know what we were doing. We didn't have a system in place. We were like kind of like nomads trying to figure it out, right? So if you're somebody that's on here and you're like, man, what do I do? Look, man, you just got to have a desire. I remember Troy Brown saying this, it stuck with me. He said, look, if the desire is big enough, the obstacle has to fall. Look, I'm going to figure it out regardless, right? For me, I'm the type of person where if I see something that I need to have, I just have to figure it out. Right. What I've learned through my personal development and learning and all this stuff and just trying to figure out, looking back over what we did. One thing I have a tendency to do, and I want you guys to think about this too. When you write your goals down, think of this. What's that goal? I want you guys all to think in your head right now. What's a goal that you guys have? What's the aspiration that you have? Right? Get that goal in your head. What is the aspiration that you have? The second question is, what are your concerns about you not getting there? What holds you back? What are the things in the back of your mind at the core of who you are that says that might not happen, right? And then you have to answer these questions. Now, background on me. I'm a believer. I love Jesus. Look, this is a regular call. I'm off from stage, so I get to tell you my story, and I cannot tell my story without Jesus. He's a very big part of it, all right? So one thing that I do when I get to that point is ask myself, what are my concerns about getting there? And then I go to scripture and say, what does God say about that, right? So if one of the things is, well, I may not be good enough, because one of the things I struggled with, and some of you guys might be able to relate, some of y'all might not, right? One thing I struggled with was a subconscious belief that I didn't deserve success. I was scared of success. At the time I saw this information, I was 32 years old, married, had a kid, I had 2 kids, already starting my business. I gave up on just about all my dreams, if I'm being honest with you. But I always was good at things. I get in something and start doing it, get real good, and then I just go on to the next thing, right? But one thing I knew, I was very familiar with not being successful. I'm from the hood, y'all. Like, I know what it's like to have grown up during times where we got home from work, we got home from school, we ain't had no lights, right? I remember times getting home from school, we ain't had no water. You know what it feel like to have to go next door to get water from your neighbor to go be able to flush your toilet? Like, I'm from that, right? So I know that life very well. Success was something that I struggled with believing that I should have. So one of my aspirations when I got in this company is I want to be an IMD. I see the lifestyle they have. I see the type of money they make. One of my hesitations was, I don't know if I deserve that, if that's for me. So one of the questions I asked myself is, what does God say about me? Who am I? Who is Andre? So I'm made in his image, created by him. I'm loved by him, right? He wants what's good for me, right? And so when I'm able to do that, and I'm able to answer the question of, what are my concerns? Then I know how to proceed and keep going. Because all you got to do is tackle that thing in the back of your head and tell you this ain't going to work. This ain't going to work, right? Some of y'all got people that told y'all, some of y'all, maybe I'm not going to say y'all, I'm not going to blame this on y'all, but some of y'all got somebody on your team that has shown this to somebody, right? And the first person they showed said, this ain't going to work, that's a scam, and they quit. That was the thing that punched them in the mouth. You know why they quit? Because they subconsciously didn't know if it was going to work. If you know it's going to work, you just got to go do it. And so we started moving with that energy, man. We would move around with that energy. Gina, Anthony, Andrew, they could tell you. Even Kat, she was around during the early days. We just running with that type of energy, man. Like, we're going somewhere. We understand where we are right now, but we going somewhere. We painting a big picture of what it's going to look like. And then we just start finding more and more people. And then along comes a person like my man Cardon. You know, almost director in our company, right? One of the hardest working people I know. But that energy we had just started attracting the right people. God just started putting the right people in our lives. And the thing I realized was this, looking back. So when I hit marketing director a few weeks ago, I took a day to just stop and look back over what the journey has looked like. I'm super proud of where we've come to right now because I'm looking at all the people that have helped us get there, right? people like Cardon, who grew my homegirl Delisha, she just started with us about 2 months ago. Like just new energy coming in and people catching the vision and going to work and starting to see some success. Like that's what's been so fun about this journey so far. Right now, marketing director is a pit stop. It's not where we're going to end up at. We're going for IMD. Like that's it. That's what's on our mind. That's where we're going. That's everything we're going to do. We got the work. We got the drive. It's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. Right? So, but what we've got so far, I've been learning to enjoy the process, man. Looking back, those days when our presentations was 3 hours long, you know how frustrating it is to do a presentation for 3 hours long and have everybody in the room tell you no? I just fed y'all. Like, we went through it, man. But looking back on it from where we are now, that is part of the journey. It's part of what we've got. Makes you appreciate what you got now because you realize where you came from. Right. And so I guess that's what I got for now, man. What you got for me, Tyler, man? I guess I'll leave it at that for now.
Sheesh. Bro, that was fire. Yo, there's just so much to unpack here.
Let's unpack it, man.
Yeah, okay. So, first of all, for you, you said you learned to enjoy the process, but in the midst of it, you also said you weren't sure prior to learning to enjoy the process. You weren't even sure if you deserved to have success. Mm-hmm. And then you decided to start asking God who you are and what you deserve. And so just to unpack on that, I mean, there's some people on here that I know there's some people on here that have shown and shown and shown and shown, and they're almost like unconscious to the no at this point. At the end of the day, though, they're still wondering, when am I going to get that? When am I going to get that next yes? When am I going to get that next or first ace, right? Mm-hmm. You know, when am I going to get somebody who's going to build with me? So what would you say to the person that is unconscious to the no? They do keep going. Their team isn't growing as fast as they believe that it could go, but they still keep showing. What advice would you have to somebody who still keeps showing even though they're not getting the success there? And even if they are getting success, people keep falling out of their team. What would you say to that person?
I would say, number one, don't be discouraged. I know that's hard to say, right? It's hard to do. It's easy to say it, hard to do. Don't get discouraged because what's happening is you're growing. But there may be one thing you need to tweak, and I'm going to tell you a story. I was telling Tyler about this a little bit. I'll tell him I get into this story when we get on here. I'm going to give you guys a story of what happened to me, right? For me, what I found was the thing that was holding me back was not a technical thing, all right? How many of y'all have ever been in training, sitting there listening to training, and the trainer says something and you catch it and you be like, ooh, that's something I haven't been doing. I need to start doing that. Right? You ever been there? Have you ever been in training where you said, you know what? That's something I knew, but I'm going to be honest with myself. I haven't been doing that. I need to start doing that. That's one thing. You want to know what's frustrating? What's extremely frustrating is when you go to training and you're sitting in training, you're doing what they tell you to do from stage. You can finish their sentences before they finish their sentences. And it's still not clicking. That is frustrating, right? I talked to Peach about this a little while ago when we were in Vegas. I told him about this, and he was like, "Yeah, that's a very frustrating thing." But this is one thing that happened for me. I told you guys, I'm a believer. Y'all know Tom Gores. I called Tom Gores. This was September last year. I had got all the way to director. My business had fallen all the way back. I was almost back to a senior rep. With some of my team on here, y'all hearing this for the first time. My numbers had fallen all the way back almost to senior rep, right? And we had an RTE and we went to St. Louis. And I went to the RTE. It was me and one other person on my team. Those are the only two people in my entire organization that went to the training, right? And I was on my way back from St. Louis, and Tom Gores called me. He said, "Hey man, how'd training go?" So it was cool, man. It was good stuff. This is also a training where I met Johnny Viverito, and I'll get the story about him in a little bit too. But I'm on my way back. He said, "How'd training go?" I said, "I had two people there." He said, and I told him about how frustrating it is to be doing what they tell you from stage, and it's just not working. Like, what's not clicking? And Tom told me, he said, "Dre, I'm gonna ask you a question." He said, this isn't a WV question. This is a brother-to-brother question. He said, have you been obedient to God with your giving? He asked me a personal question, right? And I told him, I said, bro, nope, I haven't. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't. He said, Dre, I would start with that. So here's the issue. He said, your problem is not a technical issue. Your problem, I think, is a spiritual issue. He said, your problem is you do all the work, but somewhere in your life, you don't have God above WV. And I was like, okay. So I told him, I said, you know what? But here's one thing about me. When someone gives me instruction, someone who has what I want, when they give me instruction, whether I like it or not, I'll swallow my pride and do it. And so what I started doing, man, I started systematically saying, you know what, God, I'm going to put you first, right? I had to make a shift in my mind frame from this. I had to say, God, look here, Jesus, you are my source. Everything else is a resource. What I had done was I had taken my resource, which is WV, put it above God on my priorities list, and then asked God to bless that. And he was like, that's not how this is going to work. It's just not the way I operate. You know, there's certain ways that this thing works. I have to be number one in everything, period, because I'm God. I should be, right? And so I started doing that, man. We started, every dollar I got, I start giving, like instantly. At my church, we got a thing called Giveify. So I can give on my app. Man, if I got $5, I 50 cents to the church right then and there. Like, it got to the point to where my wife was like, you know that it actually costs them more money to run that than it does for you to actually give it to them. And I was like, yep, not my problem. It's not my problem. This is between me and God. I have to be obedient to what he has told me to do. And man, from then, I started seeing things change a little bit. What I started seeing change most was me, though, right? I started changing. As I started to change, I started seeing God bring more and more people in my life, right? More people onto my team. Because it's almost like God was telling me, looking back, it's almost like God was saying, look, I gave you this for a reason, but it's not just for you to be IMD. It's so that you can bring people to know me, right? Or you can show people the love of who I am. Look, everybody that's on my team is not a believer, and that's totally fine. We accept anybody. You can have a completely different mind frame than we do, right? You can be on something completely different. So you don't have to be a believer to be on our team. But you're also going to realize that that's what we are, right? We're going to love you. We're going to help you win. We win together. But at the end of the day, you're going to realize that's who we are. And so fast forward around January, they dropped the silver membership. Now, I'm somebody that's been selling platinum memberships for $400 for the past 4 years. You give me a $25 membership, baby, I'm a hustler. I will sell water to a well. You understand me? so man, they gave us $25 membership, and a lot of people, it was something that caught people off guard. A lot of people didn't catch what the silver membership was at first. They didn't catch it at all. But somebody who did was Johnny Viverito. And I met Johnny back in St. Louis, like I told y'all, in September. And I remember putting a post on one day and saying, look, man, he said, I just learned something new. He said, y'all uplines might not like it, but it's working. So I inboxed him and said, yo, what's popping? What you got? He said, man, your upline ain't gonna like it. I said, man, talk to me. Don't play with me. Talk to me. He told me what he was doing. What he was doing to sell silver memberships. In February, Johnny sold 77 silver memberships alone, personal sales. So apparently what he was doing was working, right? And he gave me the game on how to do it. So we just started approaching people with that new energy, and the business started to take off. Then COVID hits. And when COVID hit, a lot of people got distracted and said, we're going to stop. Me, I said, look, I've been praying for God to be able to give me time to have nights with my kids. I work nights at my job. I've been missing my kids for 5 years. Until right now with COVID, my youngest son is 9 years old. COVID was the first time in his entire life that we've been able to sit down at a dinner table together as a family. Because I was working nights the entire time, right? COVID came, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to treat WV like it's my full-time job. And my team that's on here, I tell you, we started doing presentations 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 o'clock every single day, Monday through Friday. And we just invite and do presentations. And from January, I got my numbers right here. January 29th, when Peach started the first 90-day run, my numbers were 69 left, 69 right. As it stands today, I've got over 400 customers in my organization. During the pandemic, just growing, just going. Why? Because we didn't get distracted, man. One thing I've learned is how to have focus. When people were saying we aren't traveling, I was like, that don't mean you can't buy a $25 membership. Because you know what else is? You know what's happening? I'm in the sneakers. Jordan Brand has dropped a pair of $200 sneakers every Saturday during COVID, and they sell out instantly. You can't tell me you ain't spending $25. You got money, right? When they start giving out the unemployment to people was making $920 a week. People that was making $920 a month started getting $920 a week. They had more money during COVID than they did when they was working. So while people was like, well, we ain't traveling right now, we just start telling people, look, we got travel. We approached people as if COVID wasn't going on. And our business has been taken off. It's just what it's been. So for those of you that are saying, man, I've been showing, I would say first, spiritually check your heart. Where are you at? Where are you at on a spiritual level? Right? Let me preface this. If you are a believer in Jesus, right? I'm gonna talk to you as a brother or a sister, right? If you can say in your heart that you have put other things above your Lord, that's the first place you want to start. Fix that first, right? If that's not your story, that's not what you're into, you're not into Jesus, totally fine. I say this, keep working. Don't trip. There's natural laws in this world. There are people who don't know Jesus that have a lot of things going right for them, right? Just knowing Jesus doesn't guarantee that things are going to go good for you. It doesn't. I became a believer and my life got tougher. I'm going to be honest with y'all. But I've got peace to go through those tough times because I have Jesus. So if you're not, man, just follow the basic principles of success. Just keep going. Keep working. The only way you lose here is if you quit. Right? If you can just keep your mind frame focused on, well, that's another no. I'm one step closer to my ace. You're going to find them. Just keep going. So that'd be my advice to you.
Amen. Yes, sir, brother. That was phenomenal. Thank you so much for that. Guys, I got a full ton of questions. I'm not going to lie. I probably have like 12, 13 questions. You know, my wonderful girlfriend was over here watching me just write for 20 minutes straight. So I'm going to allow everybody, you know, whoever wants to pop off mute and speaks first, who has a question and like to ask Dre one, go ahead. You know, we're going to do some Q&A with him. Dre, just real quick, though, out of respect to you, I mean, how are we doing on time? We want to respect you, bro.
I'm up. It's whatever. We can go as long as we want. I'm on.
Yeah, right. Hey, yes, sir.
My wife is on here, so I ain't got to rush to get off. She here with me. I'm chilling.
I bet. So, guys, I saw Linda hopped off mute. Linda, do you have a question? Linda Harness. All right, Linda, I'm going to mute you then. Feel free to pop off if you end up having a question. We just can't hear you. Roy Lowry, I see Roy Lowry's off mute.
What's up? Yeah, I got a quick question. So how do you create urgency with a lot of people? Yeah, so what's the main thing is just getting right into it, you know? Just
okay, cool.
Type of time.
Okay, cool. Let me ask you this. Is that's something that you're having a problem creating is urgency in other people?
Yes.
All right. Only thing I know how to do in that situation is just go faster on your own. I run the marketing director. When I said people got distracted by COVID, it wasn't just like, it was most of my team, right? During that time, I had 5 people on my team that started at the beginning of that run with me that wanted to run, right? Everybody else was different places in life at that time. And so, like my little brother Alex, who's on here, Alex, my brother Anthony, my brother Andrew, Kat, she's one of them, and myself. It was us 5. We decided to jump in and do the all in 190 group with Peach. And I just sat down with those 4 people. Now, mind you, Kat's not even on my team. So me and actually 3 members in my downline, and then my homegirls on the sideline, we all got together and said, look, we gonna go to work, right? We started creating urgency on our own, right? And so with us, from the time COVID started, I've put in on 3, I got 3 business centers, right? On 3 business centers, one of them went to all the way to senior rep off of personals alone. Just my personals, just mine, right? A second one now is almost at 3-star off of my personals. And my first one, so I think altogether between those 3 business centers, I put in about 80 personals in that time frame, right? So I start going faster. And when I started going faster, people start picking up on that energy, right? My man Quardon is on here. It was like Quardon just woke up and was like, what is Dre doing? And then one day Quardon put in 5 people in one day, right? Then the next day he put in 3. Like he just exploded, right? And then we just start seeing energy start to be created by everybody around because they focused on the way I was moving, right? So people pick up on your energy. You got to look at it like this. Any room you step in, you control the energy. So if you want more urgency in your team, you start moving with more urgency. Start acting like you got nobody on your team and just start moving, right? It's just you. I ain't got nobody on my team. I'm 0 left. That's one of the reasons why I started a new business center, because I wanted to start a place where I had nobody on my team. I'm just going to go build this thing to senior rep. It's like a fresh start mentally, right? So you start moving with urgency and got to start lining up people to be in your way. Because here's the honest thing, bro. A lot of us don't have our teams where we want to be at because we aren't where we need to be at. I remember Terry Kemp saying on a call a couple of weeks ago, he said, if you want to be a NMD, right? You have 1,500 people on your team, at least. How many people do you know in your life that have the leadership influence to lead 1,500 people right now? Roy, you talking about let's move with urgency, right? If your job, where you work at right now? Are you
I'm a personal trainer in Des Moines area.
All right, you're a personal trainer in Des Moines, right? Say a company comes to you in Des Moines. They say, look, we want you to be a personal trainer here, but you're going to have to train a class and lead 1,500 people right now. We'll pay you $10,000 a month if you do it, but you've got to be able to consistently lead 1,500 people at one time. Can you honestly say right now where you are in your life, you're mentally ready to lead 1,500 people right now?
No.
Right. So we want the results, but we haven't even got to the place where we can do that. So the only thing that you can do is be urgent in your presentations that you're showing, the people that you're calling, and be real urgent on your personal development. It's 2-part things, right? See, in WV, I can control a couple of things. I can control how many phone calls I'm making. I can control how many presentations I do. I can't control how many people say yes, right? I can't control which of those people that say yes are going to catch the vision and actually go do something on their own. That's all in God's hands, right? But what I can control, I control. But I also can control how much I'm consuming and how fast, how hungry I am at learning and growing and becoming the person that gets to that next level, right? So instead of thinking about, I got to make the run to IMD to 3,000 customers, mentally say, I got to make the run to become IMD mentally, right? Focus on that part. Focus on the things that you can focus on. I don't remember who said this. Somebody in WV said this. I think it was Matt Morris. He said, be patient with your results, but be impatient with your activity.
Yeah.
Right. You go as hard as you can, man. You go as hard as you can at growing Roy. For me, the number one thing I've had to work on was growing me as a person mentally. Right? Because I already had work ethic. I told you I was working 85 hours a week before, but I never done network marketing before. I came into this with a little bit of influence because of other things I had done before, right? I was rapping. When I was rapping, I'm not saying to be braggadocious, nothing, but I was the man in our city in the sphere of rap that I was in. I was traveling all over the world. Like y'all know Lecrae? Like the Christian rapper Lecrae, like that's my guy. Like I was doing shows with Lecrae. Like I was doing that. So I had influence from doing that. When I was doing sneakers for celebrities. So in the city, I was known as that dude. So I already came into this game with a little bit of clout. You might not be in that same shoes, right? You can't compare somebody's starting line to your starting line because we come in to different places, right? So yes. I came in with a little bit of clout, you know what I mean, to be able to have some influence, but I still had to learn how to do this. And let me tell y'all something. Just because I had clout don't mean my friends didn't look at me and say, you're crazy for doing that pyramid scheme. Right? We had friends bash us on social media. We had people who slept on my couch when they were homeless talk bad about us on social media. Right? Like we've been through all that. But I couldn't control that. I could control how I react to it. Right? Because my why was much bigger than their why not. And when I confronted those people, I ain't heard a word about WV since. Some of y'all got to get a backbone and just tell some people, hey, yo, shut up. Straight up. Like, if you got a friend that keep bashing what you do, like, look them in their face and tell them, hey, yo, fam, if you can't support me, shut up. Straight up. This is what I'm doing. I support you in what you do. Either give me the same respect or step off. Right? Like, you got to have some kind of posture about what you're doing. But I love what I do. This company saved my marriage. Do you think I care if somebody tells me no, they don't want to travel for wholesale? Well, keep paying retail, dummy. That's on you. You know what I mean? Like, you got to lose a little bit of the care that you have for other people and what they think about you. Right? But you move with that certainty. You move with that energy. And people will start to follow you. I remember, I don't know if Chaz is on here, Gina's on here, but Chaz is Gina's husband. I remember we did a presentation at a church, and we were getting ready to leave, and one of our team members came in. She was like, yo, I just met this guy around the corner at the hair salon. Something about what we do. You want to come over and show him the presentation? I'm like, bet, let's go show him. So me, Chaz, and her go over there, and we showing the dude. And he's like, I'm like, what do you do, man? He was like, well, I do this. I work at the hair salon. Plus, I also work at the Royal Stadium, man. I pick up trash and stuff out there. I'm like, cool, that's what's up. He said, what do you want to do? So I showed him what we do, showed him the prices. He said, you mean to tell me I can go there for this price? So, man, that's a scam, bro. And I looked at him, I said, hey, here's the deal, bro. You don't know me from Adam. I don't know you. I just walked in here and showed you something. You calling me a scammer? He said, I ain't calling you a scammer. I'm just saying that what you got is a scam. I said, fam, what's the difference? So you just told me I'm a scammer, right? So here's the deal, bro. I'm not trying to convince you to do nothing with me, but I want you to see this. I said, one of y'all got the blue sign? And Chaz put out the blue sign. He had the little blue sign. He showed it to him. I said, I want you to remember that blue sign, because we're going to make that a household name. And when it becomes a household name and your cousins and your auntie and everybody come to you and tell you about Royal Ventures and Dream Trips, I want you to remember you come tell me I was a scam. And I hope that you ain't at Royal. I said, I hope you ain't at the Royal Stadium and see this out in the stands, because then you really gonna feel bad about it. And I turned around and walked out. When I got outside, Chaz was like, hey, I was ready to, whatever was gonna pop off was gonna pop off. Right? But here's the thing, y'all. I had confidence. I had posture. I wasn't trying to be a jerk towards boy, but I'm not gonna step off either. I'm a man at the end of the day, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, but that posture that I went in there with, it gave Chaz posture because he seen me have it, right? It gave my homegirl who was with his posture because she saw I had it. And so when we went from one travel party, we did that, and then we went to a travel. You see, Gina just said it blew her mind. We went to a travel party at Gina's house, at their house, and put everybody in the system because we didn't care. We started telling people, look, we're going here. This is where we're going. Look, Royal Ventures is going to be a household name with or without anybody on this call. Dream tripping is going to be a verb like Googling is a verb. Google went from a noun to a verb because it got so big. So the same thing with us. The app, I'm telling y'all, Silver just took us to a whole nother level as a company. This thing is going to be humongous. With or without us. We had a call with Mikey Mike the other day. He said, man, this was an $8 trillion industry before. It's about to go up before COVID. After COVID, man, travel going to be a 30, 40, 50 billion-dollar industry. Trillion-dollar industry. And we got wholesale travel that nobody else got. Listen, this is going to be a big deal with or without us. So when your friend who's broke tells you, I don't know about this, stop listening to them, man. You move with the energy that they need to see. And the right people will follow you, man. Don't burn the bridge. I heard June say this when I first got started. Because I know I'm super red now. But y'all know what my dominant color is? Yellow. I had to learn how to have this type of posture. I'm a believer, man. So for me, it was so hard to break out of that and just show my red side, because I'm like, man, Jesus wasn't like that. But then I started reading, I'm like, Jesus was super confrontational. Super. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus flipped over tables in the temple because people was wilding in there. Like, Jesus was super confrontational. It doesn't make you less loving because you tell people the truth. So I had to start moving with that truth. And this is one thing I heard from training. June said, I never burn a bridge. I just raise the toll. Everybody can't afford to be on this side of the bridge with me. Right? So if you're going to talk broke talk, I'm not going to talk to you. You keep the broke talk over there. We talk like winners over here. Winners win. We over here to win, right? And my wife and kids need to get mad at me because I'm like, I need to learn how to be more sympathetic. That's one thing I'm working on. Y'all pray for me. I'm learning how to be more sympathetic and how to show empathy to people, because I get in the zone to where I'm on my winner vibe so high that I'll cut somebody who's not talking like that off. Like, and I don't have nothing to say to them. So I'm learning how to be more empathetic towards people, man. Even like in my relationship with my wife and my kids, like there's sometimes I don't need to be that guy. I need to sit back, shut up, and listen, and just let them get what's on their chest off, right? But I want to create a culture of winning in everything that I do, right? So you carry the energy. You take the energy where you need to take it to. And you're gonna mess up, man. There's gonna be sometimes that you're red with people you should be yellow with. There's gonna be times you're yellow with people you should be red with. We're growing, we're learning. Give yourself the grace to mess it up. It's okay. All right? If you mess it up, that's better than not doing nothing. You was doing nothing before you got here. Mess it up until you get it right. It's okay. Nobody can fire you. That's what's
Appreciate
up.
it, bro.
No doubt, man.
Dre got some heat, baby. I love this. Thank you, Dre.
Talk to me, man.
Come on, guys. Hey, we got a flood ton. Whatever team, we're all family. We're all Team WV here. So anybody who's got a question, feel free to pop on. This is nobody else's training but our training. So let's make the most. I'm glad I got this on recording. All right, cool. So I'm gonna move forward. Oh, D, we saw you come off mute. Come on, brother.
Can we talk about staying in the fire, staying around the fire?
The importance of staying around the fire. What's up, Delisha? That's my homegirl. She one of the new hitters on the team, man. She close 3-star rep too. So we but yeah, I would talk about the importance of staying around the fire. It's imperative. You have to stay around the fire, y'all. Like, where else? This is one thing I ask myself. If you want something that people have, you want to stay around the people that have it, right? That's just natural, right? If you're in a relationship and all your friends is hoes, you think that you should hang around them or hang around people that's in relationships? Which do you think is more conducive, right? Right? Let's just be honest. We're gonna be real here, right? You want your relationship to work, you might want to hang around people that got working relationships, right? It's the same thing here, man. If you wanna win, you wanna hang around the people that's winning. Because here's the number one reason why it's a big deal. Because you've gotta retrain your brain, right? The Bible says we are renewed, we are changed by the renewing of our mind, right? The spiritual aspect of that's also a very just everyday aspect to that. You have to have your mind reframed. So you've got things in your brain that are already telling you all these doubtful things. You've got to get around people who push you to get where you want to go. You have to stay around the campfire. Think of it like this. I just got this phone, right? The Note 20. It's a $1,400 phone. The phone is amazing. It can do all kinds of things. If I leave this phone off the charger for 3 days, you know how good it is to me? Not at all. It's worthless. It's a paperweight. It's no more, it's worth nothing more than this bottle of water is at that point. Right? So the most powerful device that we have, if you leave it off the charger for too long, it's not worth anything. Same thing with you. You've got power. You got all kind of influence that you can have for your business. But if you're not plugged into where the energy is coming from, you're naturally going to die out. And that's when you're going to get frustrated and you're going to start looking around and be like, man, this don't work. Yeah, it works. You just got to keep coming to the gym. Right? Plug into where the fire is. So for those that are asking that question, fam, the RTE is coming up on the 12th. I'm going to promote this to y'all. It's $20. Get your ticket. Like, why don't you have your ticket yet? What's playing? Are you playing with me? You say you want WV to work. You want to be an IMD. You want to be an RMD. You want to be a senior rep, but you're not going where the senior reps are. You're not going where the directors are. Fam, it's $20. We used to have to pay $60 for a training, jump in a car, drive to St. Louis, dead tired when I get there, got to fight sleep on the front row from there, get the information, either pay for a hotel and come back the next day or drive back home tired to get this type of information. $20? Come on, man. This is like, if you want to be a lawyer, you have to go to law school, right? If you want to be a doctor, you got to go to medical school. If you want to be an IMD, you have to go to IMD school. That's what our training is. It's IMD school. And it don't cost nowhere near as much as it does to be a doctor. And you get a much better lifestyle than a doctor does if you get to IMD. So go get your ticket to the RTE and get your ticket to The View. Get them. They're on sale right now. So that's the importance of staying around the campfire, D. Stay around where the people are that's talking like you talking. If most of the people on your phone are negative towards what you do or just negative in life, period, you want to hang around the people that are positive in that area, that are speaking life in you, that are winning in that area, because they'll help keep you motivated to keep going, keep going, keep going. They've all been through the exact same thing you've been through. Just be around the winners and learn how to win. We win together.
Dre, that is so good. I don't think that I've heard people with that level of promotional skill in all of my time of World Ventures. Like I've been a customer for about 7 years, rep, and actually take it serious part-time for maybe, 3.5 of that. Right. And I don't think I've ever had that many, different analogies to bring people to be intrigued about that. So guys, I'll make sure we get this call to you guys, because that might have been the highest level of promotion of an event I've ever heard. I don't know about any of you guys, but if you struggle to get somebody to an event after that, we need some hearing aids first, then the training second.
You want to know what, guys? You want to know what? I learned that at training. There's a connection here, right? I learned those skills at training or listening to audios from people from WE that train. Everything I just told you was an analogy I got from somebody else. I didn't come up with any of them on my own. Every last one of them. So here's the thing about WV. It's a skill you can learn. How many of y'all struggle with inviting? If you struggle with inviting, you know what? You can learn how to become a professional at inviting if you just put your time into it. So this is what I love. Like I'm here in Kansas City. I just talked to somebody the other day. We got the high school I went to. We got a legend here in Kansas City from my side of the water thing, Earl Watson. He went to the NBA. He was a head coach in the NBA, all this stuff. As much as we love Earl, as much as we respect him, you know what? He couldn't take us to the NBA with him when he left. He was going on his own. Him and his family was getting rich. We was back home watching him and cheering for him. We couldn't go with him because we didn't have the same skills. But guys, here, anybody, literally anybody can win here if you take the same energy you put into other things and put it into learning how to be a professional here. I 1000% believe that. If you show me anybody that's successful in any area, I don't care if you're single, if you're a single mom. If you're a great single mom, you get up every day early, get your kids ready for school. to make all these things, different things work, you've got what it takes to win here. You've got what it takes. You just need to learn how to change the energy from doing that, which you do naturally, and put it into something else to where this can become natural. See, at my job, when I was doing sneakers, I could do sneakers in my sleep. I'm lights out with it. I'm good with it. How many of y'all go to work, go to your jobs, and just go on autopilot for the whole day? You've gotten so good at what you do at your job that you can do it without thinking. You can do the same thing here if you want to put in that energy to do it, right? It's just you got to put in the same mind frame and say, look, I'm going to be the best. HV said this on the call with you a few weeks ago. Everybody wants to be a boss, but most people don't know what it takes to be a boss. But everybody knows how to be a great employee. So rather than trying to be your own boss, be your own employee. As an employee, you get up and go to a job you hate every single day. You go on break when they tell you to go on break. You deal with stuff you don't want to deal with. You miss time with your kids. You miss sleep. You miss all kinds of stuff to make sure you're at work on time to do this job and get paid for it. And you can do it on autopilot. What if you got to the point to where you were just on autopilot with your inviting? It become natural, just simple. Closing, simple. You become an autopilot on promoting the next event. It's just simple. It's just you're just living it. You're a professional at WV. I'm not a professional network marketer. I'm a professional world venturer. This is what I do. I bleed blue. This is what I do, man. I love it. So just take the time to devote to yourself to get the same level of competency in and something that can get you where you want to go. You did it with driving. You get in your car right now. You drive to your job. You went to work and didn't even remember the ride to work. First time you drove, though, you got in the car, you was shaking. You had hands at 10 and 2. You was holding the wheel so tight that if that mug went one way, you was flipping the whole car over. Now, you drive with your knees, you on the phone, you eating with one hand. You don't even remember the car ride, right? Like, it's unconscious, right? Marcus said there's 4 stages of becoming great at something. The first one, you're unconsciously incompetent. Meaning you're bad at something and you don't even know you're bad at it. The second stage is consciously incompetent. That's when you jump in WV and you start doing it. You do your first presentation and you suck at it. Now you know you're bad. So you went from not knowing about it at all to doing it and knowing you're bad. That's where most people quit. The next step, though, is when you become consciously competent. You're thinking about it, but you know what you're doing, right? But where it gets fun at is when you become unconsciously competent. It just becomes natural. And you can do that if you take the time to put your energy into it. If you're going to trainings, if you're managing your time and your expectations in WV the way that you want to do, if you're walking around and learning how to be an IMD mentally, success will come.
Dre. This is fire, bro. Hey, A-Team Evans, we see your hand up. If you'd like to come off of mute and ask a question, feel free. If it was an accidental hand, that's cool too. Just if you'd like to lower it. All right, we'll move forward. Anybody else have a question at all? And A-Team Evans, if you don't know how to unmute your, Alex, go ahead. We'll go ahead and ask away.
All right, big bro Dre.
My little bro, what's good?
How you feeling, family?
You know I'm doing amazing, bro. Let's go.
Man, that's a blessing. I got a question for you. So now that you hit this ranking, you crushing it. You got a lot of people, including me, that's always calling to get your time. How do you time manage? How you handle that?
All right, cool. Very good question. How do you manage the people that you work with at this time? One thing that the IMDs always told me, they said, work where you're deserved and not where you're needed. All right. So I prioritize who I'm talking to in my business based off what they're doing. Mm-hmm. If they're working, if you're working, you're putting in the work and you're calling me and you got questions for different things, I know that you're somebody that needs my time. You're somebody that deserves my time, right? See, around here, You have to make people respect you at the level you want them to respect you. Right? And so for some people on my team, they're at a place where they're not building the business like that, like they want to right now. And you know what I do? I love them where they are. I'll send them text messages every now and say, hey, congratulations, your business has grew. That's my number one text I like to send. I like to put people up under somebody and then send them a text and say, your business has grew, your business has grew, this business has grew. You know why? Because when I first showed people, every time I show somebody, I tell them, I come across with energy that says, you know what? Rather you come with me or not, I'm going to go here. So now I have to prove that. Now I got the pressure on me. So you're going to text me and say, congratulations, your business has grew. Congratulations, your business has grew. Congratulations, your business has grew. You know, Dre is doing what he said he was going to do without me right now. Right? And you just keep doing that, but you keep loving them where they are. Cool. You're not building the business right now. I love you where you are. I share with you what's going on. I'll keep you updated. I'll send you text messages about what's going on. That's all good. But I'm not going to spend most of my time trying to get that person to do something. Right? Byron Schrog has a slang. He said, look, don't try to push a dead bear up a tree. I'm a big dude, 250 plus. I'm pretty heavy, but I can lift too. I can't push a dead bear up a tree. No matter how broad my shoulders are, I can't do it. Right? I'd rather find a bear that wants to climb the tree and help them rather than trying to push a dead bear up a tree. That bear is dead. It's not moving. And only God can give life. So I'm going to let God work on that. But I'm going to go over here and do this, right? But the people that are showing they're interested, they're working. Even if they're struggling, they might not be having the best results, but they're trying. Those are the people that deserve my attention, right? So that's how I decipher who I'm working with. And if nobody's moving, then guess what? Dre goes and builds a new team. Dre finds new people, and we build a new team. It's the way it works. You've got to be the ace that you're looking for.
Appreciate it, big bro.
No doubt, man.
I love the love. I love the love. Hey, Dre, before we get too far off this, bro, we had a great conversation about this at lunch yesterday, but we haven't even had you talk about this yet. There's been so much fire about this. Bro, you guys are slinging people in. Slinging them in. What's the difference between what is it? What's the secret sauce that you can best give? I know you know everybody knows there's no perfect way of living this life. You know, only one person, Jesus, has been the one to do it. So when you look at this business, how you guys been slinging, what has been that way?
Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna give you the same thing that Johnny Viverito told me, because this is the skill I'm doing right now is something that he taught me. God bless my man Johnny. Like, I miss him to death. Like, that's my guy. But he taught me a skill that will feed my family for the rest of my life. Right? And so I honor his memory by doing what he taught me, right? So now your upline, if y'all do something different, do not go start changing the wheel, okay? I'm gonna tell you what works for us and what we do, okay? And it's an adjustment in the way that we invite, right? So I don't know if you guys get on the call with David Helgeson every Saturday, right? But a few weeks ago, he had his wife on there, and she said, I know that you guys had learned one way to invite, but you have to learn how to adjust, right? So how many of y'all have been told when you invite somebody, don't say money, don't say travel, none of that, don't say it, right? Well, Johnny taught me a different way to invite. When they dropped silver, he taught me how to invite people and just ask them if they want to have this membership without them even seeing anything. All right? So this is what I do. I would call somebody. So Tyler, I'll role play with you. I act like I'm calling you. I'm calling to invite Tyler. Tyler's name is on my list. I got a list of 30 names in front of me. I'm going to call these 30 people today. Again, I can control what I can control. I cannot control what is not controllable. I'll make a list of 30 people I'm going to call today. I'll call 30 people. Tyler, I come across your name and I call Tyler. I say, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Tyler, man, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Brother, I'm doing good. Just trying to survive this COVID.
Yeah, man, a lot of us are, man. I catch you at a bad time?
No, this is good. What's going on, Dre?
Okay, cool, man. I'm not going to hold you too long. I wanted to call. I got a question for you. I want to see if I got something that can add some value to you and the family, bro. So in my company, we just launched the first ever wholesale travel booking engine. It gives you the guaranteed best prices on hotels, resorts, all-inclusive and stuff like that, right? It's a subscription-based thing. Think like a Hulu or a Netflix. There's no contract, but it's just $25 a month. With that $25, you get an app that gives you wholesale whenever you want. Is that something that you think you'd be interested in for you and the family?
Wholesale for sure.
All right, awesome. Well, here's the deal. It costs $25 to go ahead and get you started. Are you ready to go ahead and get this thing locked in? I'll have you download the app, check it out, and then I'll walk you through how it works and everything.
Bet.
Bet. I put him in the system. That was simple. He didn't even see nothing. He didn't even see nothing. Fam, we have signed up people who haven't seen what they're getting. Right? Now, maybe you're not that direct with people. Maybe you want to be able to have more of a conversation with people. Maybe you want to show people visually. This is what I would do in that case. So, Tyler, I've already asked you, is that something you think you'd be interested in?
How open do you want me to be with this one? I didn't know if you...
Run with me. So is that something that you think you'd be interested in? All right, cool. So here's what I've been doing, man. I've been jumping on Zoom with people for about maybe 5-7 minutes at most, showing them the website and just showing you what it looks like. So you can give me some places you want to go to. I can plug them in and let you see the prices and see what wholesale looks like. When's a good time we could jump on the phone and do that for about 5 minutes?
You know, I got the kids. I got to make dinner probably around 8.
All right, cool. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to call you back at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to put it on my calendar right now. 8 o'clock, I'm going to call you, make sure we're still on. And at that time, I'm going to shoot you a link. You can jump on Zoom with me, and I'll run it by you.
Cool.
Cool. He jumps on the Zoom. I don't even bring up the presentation. I just go to the website. I just go to the website, show him what the prices look like, get him plugged in at a silver membership, right? But as I'm putting him in with the silver membership, this is what I say. All right, Tyler, so we're going to get you set up with the membership. Now, let me ask you this. Do you keep your income options open?
Yeah, during this time, of course.
All right, awesome. Well, I'm also looking for some people who want to be able to help promote this idea, be able to make some passive residual income doing that also, man. So I can run over the information real quick about what that looks like and how you can make money doing that. And if so, we can plug you in for the business side too. And if not, we'll just keep you at the membership. Either way, it's cool with me. I just want to see if I can help you out.
Hey, bro, I've always been anti-cultural and open to other ideas. What do you got? All
right, bet. So I already got him on Zoom, right? We're still on Zoom. I just pull up the presentation and do the business side. You do the business side in 3 minutes, right? If he likes it, we plug him into the business, plug him in for the travel, and then we start showing him how to get his Ford. If he gets in and he just wants the membership, well, guess what? I'm still going to ask him, hey, we got a way that you can have your membership and don't have to pay for it every single month. You got 4 friends you think might like this information? Yeah, for sure I do. All right, cool. Well, let's do this. What if you could call them, we get them on a Zoom call, we can show them the same information. They like it, they get a membership. As long as your 4 friends are paying their $25 a month, we don't pay $25 a month anymore. How'd that work for you? And then I walk them through how to get 4. I'm still going to build through him if I can, right? But there's no pressure on him to do the business. That's why most of the people I've been signing up are just reps. They are just membership. They don't want to do the business. It's totally fine. I'd rather have you be a happy customer than to be a frustrated business partner any day. Right? So after we've done that, notice I still haven't showed them gold, platinum, or titanium. We've got a video that my man Mikey Mike sent me from one of the members on the team, and she breaks down all 4 memberships in detail. It's like 15 minutes long. After I get them in at silver, I say, cool, what I'm going to do, we got a couple more levels of membership for people that want more VIP stuff. You've got silver. We also got gold, platinum, and titanium. Now me, I'm a titanium member because I like to travel like the best of the best. Now you might not be on what I'm on. I say it like that for a reason, because they're going to want to be on what I'm on. Right? So you might not want to travel like me. I want to travel like the best of the best, but you might just want the wholesale travel, which is totally fine. I'm going to send this video over to you, right? You check this video out. You watch this video. It'll tell you about everything on there. It'll also tell you how to upgrade if you want to upgrade. All right? So now, if they decide to upgrade, they do it organically. Why is it a big deal? I got the gift of gab to sell you a titanium membership. But if I sell you a titanium membership and you're paying $200 a month and times get hard, you're more likely to cancel that because I convinced you rather than you convincing yourself. If they upgrade organically, When times get hard, they'll think twice about removing that because they chose to do that rather than me pressuring them to do it, right? So that's the way we've been getting people in, man, and upgrading. It's simple. It's extremely simple. Takes all the weirdness out. You can go through a bunch of people fast.
Yeah, no, Dre, there's so much good into that. And let's do this too on the reverse end, because there's some people like, oh man, I love that. And you got the people that will, just because they heard how great that was and how, organic and authentic that you just handled that, there's going to be people that think, okay, well, I don't got the gift of gab. So they would like to hear how you handle it. So somebody who's good at talking, hear how they handle also being rejected, right?
Okay,
so
cool. Okay, cool. I'm going to do the same call. Ring, ring.
Yo, Dre, what's good, bro?
Hey, Tyler, what's good, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, brother. Just out here trying to survive.
Yeah, we all are, man. I'm actually working from home right now. I catch you at a bad time?
Actually, yeah, probably now is not a good time. Why? What's up?
Okay, cool. I'll tell you what. I'll call you back a little bit later. Whatever you're doing right now, go ahead and handle it. I'll call you back a little bit later.
All right, cool.
All right. He's busy. I can't win right now. He's busy. Right? That rule still applies.
Let's run it back. Let's run it back, and it's a good time. And then I'm being kind of okay.
I would do the call like I always do. You throw the curveball at me. I'll give you real life what I say. All right.
Cool.
All right. So, hey Tyler, real quick, man. I catch you at a good time.
Yo, Dre. Honestly, right now, bro, it's perfect. What's good?
No doubt. Well, look, man, I'm not gonna take too much of your time because I know you're busy. I got a quick question. I want to see if I got something that can add some value to you. My company just launched the first ever wholesale travel booking engine. It gives people the guaranteed best prices on hotel.
Dre.
Talk
Hey,
to me.
bro, you about to sell me some one of them pyramid things right now? Is it
not even close. This is what I know, man. Friends don't let friends pay retail. I just came back from Vegas and I stayed at the Palazzo. I saved $300 on my room. Do you want to know how I did that or not? If you don't want to hear about it, it's totally fine. I'm good either way. I just want to see if I got something that can help you.
Okay, bro. Yeah, you sound certain about this. What's up?
All right, so yeah, we just launched the first ever wholesale booking engine. Like I said, it gives you guaranteed best prices, and it's a subscription-based thing. So think like a Hulu or a Netflix, right? It's $25 a month. Do you think that's something that you'd be interested in having, to be able to help for you and the family be able to travel?
I mean, $25 right now, man. I don't know if I got it.
Okay, that's totally fine. No pressure. I'll tell you what. This is all I ask you to do, man. The next time you get ready to travel, whether it's for leisure, for business, or if you just want to get a hotel in your own city, before you book anything, I want you to reach out to me first and let me price compare for you. Because like I said, friends don't let friends pay retail. Cool?
Yeah, bro, I got you.
All right, man. Well, cool. I'll let you get back to your day, man. I appreciate it. Just remember next time. All right?
Yes, sir.
That's simple. Right? I don't have to get them all right now. Especially with COVID going on right now, I want as many people when they think travel, I want them to think Andre. Right? Travel, Andre. I just want as many people as possible connecting travel to me, especially right now in COVID when people are saying, I'm not traveling because of the way that everything is. Yeah, I respect that. I understand. Right? Remember this when you get ready to book. And they'll call you, like I get calls all the time of people say, hey, I remember that travel thing you showed me. I think I'm ready to go ahead and get started. All right, bet it's $25. I'll go ahead and get you set up. This is like, it really is that simple. It's not that difficult. That's really how we do it. It takes all the fear of rejection out because I genuinely know I got something that can save you a gang of money. Right? How many of y'all know a family that's been telling their kid for the past 12 years they're going to take them to Disney World, and they ain't took them yet? I know how to get that family to Disney World. I've done it. Right? So you've gotta have the confidence that what you have is actually a blessing to people. Look, fam, if I was trying to scam you, it'd be out of a way more than $25. I'll tell you that. Trying to scam somebody for $25 is that's a lot of work for $25, fam. Like I respect my time a lot more than that. So, look, man, you just gotta have a confidence about what you do, and you're gonna run into people who think they're smarter than you. Like it's totally fine, but just have a belief in yourself that what you have is perfect. But it ain't perfect. It's perfect for you to sell. Roberson is not perfect. It's never going to be the perfect company. Never has been, never will be, right? But it's a lot of value. I had a presentation the other day, and my wife can attest to this, and she was sitting right there on the couch and listening to me do it. We were showing a guy. He got on there kind of negative. It was actually 2 people on there I was showing for a new team member. One of the people was super excited. He was ready to get started. The other one came on there super negative, all this good stuff, whatever. Went through the presentation. The one who was excited, I asked him, yo, you ready to get started? He said, yeah, I'm in. Cool, we're going to put you in a second. The next one I asked, I said, yo, so what's up, man? You saw what we got. You in or you out? Which one you want to do? He said, tell me about the lawsuits. I said, what are you talking about? He said, the lawsuits. I'm looking at them here on Google, man. Tell me about the lawsuits. I said, look, man, lawsuits come to every company there are, right? Every company has places that have people who don't like what happened at the business and they sue them. It happens to everybody, bro. Like, so I can't tell you about what's going on with the lawsuits, but I can tell you what's working for me, right? This is what we got going on, right? And I said, look, man, because he kept trying to I said, look, bro, it's respectable. This ain't for you. I'm not going to try to sell you on it. I said, let me ask you a question, bro. Where you work at? He said, Amazon. Fam, I literally laughed at him in his face. I said, you work at Amazon and you're asking me about my companies? About the lawsuits from my company? Jeff Bezos is being sued by everybody. My wife worked at Amazon for about 3 minutes. She said it's like a sweatshop in there. You work at a sweatshop and you're asking me about my company's lawsuits? I said, fam, this ain't for you. I respect you. You go ahead and do your thing, but I'm going to go and talk to my man and see when to get started. And I laughed at him. Because I dead serious. I had one of them good laughs from the belly. Because people going to think that they're smarter than you. I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been on 41 vacations, fam. I got to check this coming the 15th of every month, whether you come with me or not. I'm not going to answer questions about a lawsuit with you. I'm just not going to do it when you work at a sweatshop. I'm not doing that. Like, you think you're smarter than me, it's totally fine. Well, go work Amazon and do what you're doing over there because you're smarter than me. Apparently, I'm not smart enough to work at Amazon. I don't want to work there. I don't want to be treated like a sweatshop slave and work hours I hate and work all the overtime. I don't want to do that. But if you do, that's you. I respect you. You don't want to do what I do. I don't want to do what you want to do. Respect it. But fam, you got to have a confidence about yourself. Like, I know what I have.
Brother said he laughed from the belly.
I did. I had a good laugh. It was a good one. And I like Amazon. I got something from Amazon today. You don't have a problem with Amazon. But don't act like my company has a lawsuit, so you can't be involved with that when you're working at Amazon. All kinds of lawsuits. Like, come on, fam. Why we not gonna do this? We're not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this with people. I'm not. It's $25, fam. If I want to scam you. If I wanted to scam you, it'd be out of more than $25. I'm telling you, I'm not going back and forth with y'all.
Well, we don't have to ask about posture, Dre. That's good enough.
I'm not doing it.
A-Team Evans, we see your hands up. Did you figure out if you wanted to come off of mute and share something with the group? I had a question. Definitely feel free to just hit the unmute. If you don't know how, touch your screen, and then a bunch of icons will show up. There's probably like a mic that's red.
I actually got they question in the chat.
Okay, cool.
So I had my hand up to raise to ask if the Ignition Kit is the same as the Advantage program. Just trying to get a better understanding of what it is. No, the Ignition Kit is not the same as Advantage. Advantage. Actually, I don't think they have Advantage no more. They changed it to the WV, the $10 joint on the app. But no, the Ignition Kit, what that does is it can help take. You're gonna get a couple things with Ignition. So those who over here who don't have Ignition, you need to go get it. It costs $100, but what it does is You're going to get like 8 or 9 audios. We talked about training earlier. You're going to get like 8 or 9 audio. You get a whole bunch of audios you can listen to. It's going to help you go to the next level. Literally, these are trainings that we've paid hundreds of dollars to go see personally in live, put in audio form so you can listen to them, right? You're going to get it for $100. Also, what Ignition does is if you sign somebody up and they become a rep too, and they get the Ignition kit, at that point, every new person that comes in your organization counts for an extra point towards the next level. So if you're at senior rep, right? If you don't have Ignition, if you're trying to get to senior rep, you put in a gold, you put in a silver only. They count as 1 in your back office, plus with the Fast Pass 150, they count as 1.5. So if you need to get 30-30, every silver you put in counts as 1.5. If you have the Ignition kit though, they count as 2.5. So you're going through the ranks a lot faster because you got the Ignition kit. So if you're somebody that wants to rank up and wants to tell everybody and create new stories for your team and stuff like that, you're hitting new ranks and getting that energy going, I advise you to have the Ignition kit. All right. So everybody under my sound of my voice, you should have the Ignition kit if you're taking your business serious. Now, if you're one of those people that aren't building right now or anything like that, hey, well then don't. But if you're somebody who wants to build, you should have everything that the company is allowing you to be able to have. The reason why I'm a Titanium member, I want to have everything that my company has to offer. Right? If you're the owner of a company, if you own a company and you go to show somebody your products that you have, but you don't have the products, how does that look? If Tim Cook came to you right now and sat down with you in an interview and said, hey, I love Apple, everything, and he pulled out a Samsung phone, how you gonna look at him? You trying to sell me an iPhone and you don't even have one? Right? Like, so one of the reasons why I upgraded Titanium is because I wanted to have the best of the best. Everything that my company has to offer, I want to be living, breathing, and walking WV. I'm a World Ventures billboard. Right? My lifestyle screams World Ventures. You go on a dream trip, you go look, I see Amy's on here. You go on Amy's Instagram and look at what she does on her Instagram, you can tell she does travel. That's what she does, right? She has perfected the brand. She's building the brand. And so everything the company has for you to offer as a product, you should have it one way or another, right? Or some sort of it. You don't have to buy all the t-shirts, but have one. Right? A dream trip. You should experience a dream trip. Anything they give you for the business side to help you grow faster, you should be on that. And here's another reason why. Because you're leading. And if you're going to be telling people they need to do something, they need to see you do it first. So I try to put myself in a position. Now, I couldn't do this when I first got started. I told you when I first got started, I was broke. I wasn't going to dream trips. I wasn't doing nothing. I was going to trainings, right? Until I learned, when Peach told me, he said, successful people don't say I can pick one or the other. They say how they're going to do both and shift that part of my brain. But another thing I would do, when we go to training, we got the view coming up, right? After the view, we've got momentum, right? I know momentum is coming. I know at the view, they're going to put tickets on sale for momentum. So what do? I start preparing now. So I have money set aside. So the moment they make the announcement, I can buy my ticket for momentum. Why? Because so I can instantly start promoting momentum. I'm leading from the front. Leaders lead from the front. We don't say, hey, y'all go get your tickets. If you try to say, hey, y'all go get your tickets, you ain't got no ticket yet, ain't nobody going to the event with you. You got to have your ticket. You're leading by example. Your team will follow your lead. And so listen, everybody on here, you're a leader. I don't care if you got one person on your team. If it's just you, you've got to lead you. Start acting like you're the IMD and watch people start following you like you're an IMD.
Yes, sir. All right. A-Team Evans, we got you off mute here. Do you have another question? Might mute the line then. All right, I'm gonna mute that. Sean Adams, bro, I see you got your hand raised.
Yo, what's good?
Sean, what up, boy?
Hey, what up, baby? Hey,
First and foremost, congratulations, man. I know I told you before, but I got to tell you in person, congratulations. Keep
Thank
doing
you,
your
man.
thing. Keep doing your thing, man. You know, I look up to you. We met, for y'all that don't know this, dude, by the way of Cat, they opened their house to me in L.A. to stay at an event. I didn't know him from nothing. And he, with open arms, hey, Cat, invite your boy. He can stay. Cool. So that's how I met him. If y'all don't know black folks, they stay up all night cracking jokes. That's what we did before the event. And I loved them ever since. That's all we did. But hey, bro, real quick, I just want to ask, you know, I don't know if you've already touched on this or not. I've been kind of here and there on this. But with everything going on right now, with the new stuff coming out, what's your perspective? How do you feel? How do you feel like your business is about to change with the Vivid Home security system and the Dream Body? I know I'm geeked. I'm geeked. But
Boy,
how are you feeling after hitting marketing director, knowing that your pay is about to double, triple, you know, and not even that, but the people that you're just getting started now, you know, what's your take on that right now?
I'm super excited. More excited than I've ever been, because they just gave us 2 more ways to get paid. Like, the company is giving us more and more ways to get paid. Here's the best part about DreamBody. I'm more excited about DreamBody because here's what I know about people right now. People already buy different supplements and stuff, right? Nutrition is a multi-trillion-dollar industry too, from not mistaken. Big industry, right? So people are already buying some kind of supplements from somewhere. Our customers are going to be able to buy it from themselves. Our team members, if you're a rep on here and you're buying stuff from somebody else, you got another person, another company that gives you supplements, or if you go to GNC and buy supplements, you're going to start buying them from yourself, right? Buy from your own company, right? As people start buying the products from us rather than the other people that they've been doing, we're not changing people's buying habits. We're just changing where they're getting it from. Our pay is going to go through the roof. This is going to be nuts. So one thing I've been prepared for, knowing about this is coming, I've been trying to get as many people on the team as fast as possible. Get them involved, get them involved, get them involved. Even people who I get somebody started with a membership today. They got the silver membership. I'll send them that video on how to upgrade. I also tell them, hey, you're going to have some new things coming in your membership here real soon too, right? We're going to launch Dream Body in a couple of weeks. Right, we already have the dream trips down. We want to make this a full ecosystem of travel lifestyle. So we'll help you go on dream trips now. We're going to start helping you get the dream body so you look the way you want to go when you go on your dream trip, right? So supplements and stuff like that, energy drinks and stuff like that you're already doing, you'll be able to buy from your own thing. And you know what people are telling me? Word, I can't wait. So when Dream Body launches, I got a list full of people I've signed up. I'm going to call and be like, hey, remember I told you about the supplements thing? It's there now. You can go ahead and get your supplements there if you want to. And just from doing that simple thing, people are going to lock in and they're going to start buying their stuff from themselves, and your pay is going to go up. And I'm not talking about just up. I'm talking up. Right? Right? Like, I know, Tyler, y'all got some videos and stuff from Terry Kemp really breaking down the green side of hey, fam, money is finna go through the roof. We're gonna have, I'm telling y'all, we're gonna start having people on in our company that make $1 million a month. And I'm not exaggerating. We are about to go to a whole nother level in business during a lockdown. Our pay is for the double, maybe triple, before people can even start traveling again. I'm just saying, if y'all would, look, I can give you the facts. I can't give you the energy though. You gotta have the energy to go. You gotta see the vision. You gotta be able to go and run with it for what it is. So to answer your question, Sean, I'm super excited, my G.
Yeah. Hey, real quick. So for those that are new that are on here, to be able to get Dream Body, you have to be a member of Dream Trips, right?
From what I know, yes.
Okay, cool. So, but just to reiterate what you just said, I actually had a neighbor today that said, can I be your guinea pig? can I be your test dummy on the dream body? Like, so that got me fired up. People are out here, you know, we in quarantine. I'll be honest with you, Amy and them, they saw me on vacation. I done gained a few, but I'm ready for that dream body. But there's people out here that, you know, that all they want to do is do all these supplements and all that. But now you can travel and get your body right and secure your home and make money.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lifestyle club, bro.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're going somewhere, man. Wayne is a genius. I want y'all to understand, Wayne is a genius. And the people around him who do the technical sides of what we do are geniuses. Eddie Head is a genius. I want y'all to understand where we are at, man. We're sitting in front of, we're really sitting in front of Uber. We get on presentations with people. I tell them, I say, look, I'm going to show you some information, right? I'm going to make a big statement. What I'm going to show you right now is going to be the Uber of travel. It's going to change the way people travel for good. Now, you're a smart person. By the time I get to the end, I want you to tell me if you see what I see or not. If we get to the end of the travel side, I'll be like, I told you, we're going to change the way people travel. Let me ask you this question. What I just showed you with the silver membership, who do you know is going to go back to booking through Expedia? Nobody. Nobody. I just showed you how to save $1,200 from Expedia. So they're not going back to Expedia. We got what's new and what's popping. And you know what people are saying? I see that. This is easy. I'm telling y'all. I ain't gonna say it's easy. It's simple. It's simple. But you gotta walk around with that posture. You gotta walk around knowing where you're going. Again, know where you're going. If you know where you're going, people will follow you.
Amen. Amen. Guys, I apologize. I am mad blue. I didn't even realize we've been on here for almost an hour and a half. So, guys, what we'll do to bring this to a close, we'll go one more question for Dre to close this out. If anybody's got a question, I'll feel free to chime in. But we'll do one more question and we'll get everybody the link. Dre, I'll just text it to you once I got it up on YouTube and everything. We'll get it pumped.
Get it up.
Hey, Tyler, I got one more if you don't mind. If not, I mean, I'll let somebody else go.
I absolutely don't mind. Go ahead, bro.
Cool. Appreciate you. Hey, Dre, if you could tell the people that are on here, bro, that might be new or that have been in here for a while, that are scared to show this to people, you know, or scared to present or whatever, with a $25 membership and everything that we got going on, but they're saying they want to change their lives and do all this, what would you say to them to kind of get them motivated? You know, I know 2020 has been a rough year, but I told everybody that I mess with after that, what was it? I can't remember what it was, but I said July. We got 6 more months. I said I'm gonna make a year out of this. Mm-hmm. So, and then now something. If you're not registered next week, get registered, because you're gonna hear some stuff that's really gonna change your life. So, what would you say to people that are scared to present or that don't really know what they have their hands on that can help benefit them for the rest of this year?
Dope. Well, I'm gonna bring it full circle back to what I said at the very beginning, right? Ask yourself this. I want you guys, literally, if you're taking notes right now, I want you to write down, what is your next goal? What's your aspiration in WV? I want you to write it down. What is your aspiration? What do you want? It could be your next goal. It could be your big goal. Whatever your aspiration is in WV, I want you to write it down, right? Beside that, I want you to list all the things that are your concerns about you hitting that. Right? Some people might have a fear of success because they think they might lose people that they love on the way to being successful. Some people might be scared that they might lose friends if they tell them about this membership. They're scared of what people will say to them. Whatever it is, write that down. Write your concern down. And then I told y'all what I do. I look through the scripture and I ask God what he thinks about these. Whatever that thing is, I want you to figure out, what is it that God says about that. If you're somebody that struggles with deserving it because of your self-worth, what does God say about you? How does God value you? Where do you find your value in? Right? If you're somebody that struggles with, what do other people say about you? What does God say about that? Right? Figure out what that authority says. And once you figure that out, now you know what mountains you have to climb to get to what you want. Because now you're stuck in the middle between the two. Here's what you want. Here's what your concerns are. Answer what these concerns are, and then you go over those things, and you can get to where you want to go. All right. And so if that don't motivate you, I don't know what to tell you. What's up? David Helgeson say, he said you're either motivated, or you're a motivator. Right? So you name where you are on the list. Are you motivatable? If you're motivatable, then somebody can say something to get you motivated. Something could happen that can motivate you. That's a great place to be. It's good. Motivated means you're ready to go do it now. You're ready to go. But when you're just motivated, that don't mean you're actually going to do it. When you're a motivator, you're somebody who's been doing it, and you're rubbing off on other people and showing them how to be able to do it too. So find where you are on that list, and if you don't like where you are, change it. And you can do it. Every last one of y'all on here deserve whatever success you get in this. You can do it. Just go do it. Nothing's stopping you right now. Go do it.
Dre, God freaking bless you, bro. Thank you so much for doing this for us, bro. We're so grateful for this, and I know a lot of people will probably be listening to the replay over and over and over again. But, bro, you didn't have to do this. You popped on here last minute. You know, thank you so much. It's truly been a blessing. Guys, if you can all please come off of mute your line, unmute your lines and just please say, thank you, Andre.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro.
No doubt, man. I love y'all, man. Each and every one of y'all. Each and every one of y'all. I thank y'all. I love y'all. I'm be praying for y'all too, man. I'm be praying for y'all.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Andre, thank you so much, bro. We'll be messaging back and forth. Thank you, and whatever we can do to help, please let us know. But bro, you've been more help to us than you even know. So thank you.
Yeah, y'all been a blessing to me, man. Love y'all.
All right, much love.